Notification, we are live.
Ooh, yes, that's true. We are live right now. So welcome in another episode of umbraCoffee. It's our 12th episode, and we have another great Umbraco MVP with us today. Hello, Dave. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you guys?
We're good. That's good that we are in the same time zone right now, but we have our special co-host, Callum, who is right now far, far away in Australia.
I'm in Sydney.
Callum, how are you?
Not bad, bit sunburnt, but otherwise good. It's very hot in Sydney.
Yeah, we're all jealous. And I know that you are counting down to the UDAF festival. So, but you're enjoying your vacation right now, right? It's your vacation time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, UDAF's in a week. I'll be traveling up to Gold Coast in a few days.
Cool. That's great. So yeah, let's start with our news from the past week. As usual, there is a lot of things to cover. So first of all, we won't be singing happy birthday, but we will wish, of course, happy birthday for the whole Umbraco project, which is turning 13 today. From the point where it was released as an open source project. Niels shared the image from this time. 13 years ago. What Callum? What were you doing 13 years ago?
I was still in school.
Yeah, probably I didn't know about programming at all at this point yet.
Yeah.
And Dave,
no.
you?
No, I was already programming, but not Umbraco. And the other big open source content management system at the time was .NET Nuke, so I was using that. But my former employer. So but after I discovered Umbraco in, I think, 2008, I never looked back. So
yeah, it's a long journey. It's 13 years. It's a lot of time, and it's really nice to see how the project is changing and growing. And yeah, I started also around 2008. So for me, it's around 10 years. But yeah, that's good. So happy birthday, Umbraco. Move on, get older each year, and get better and more mature. That's good for all of us.
It's a teenager now. We've got the immature, ugly years starting to come through.
That's true.
It goes downhill for another 5 years, and then it's going to get better.
Yeah, speaking about getting better, Callum, we saw some of your pictures from Australia.
Yes.
So say something more about. Is it really like this on this picture? Did you see any kangaroos or spiders already?
I've seen some kangaroos and spiders, but in a zoo. They're not just roaming around the streets, as that picture seems to imply. For those that haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the description. But I got one of our designers to mock up a picture of me and make it super Australian, like a cork hat and some things, and some very, very friendly Umbraco community members came back. Cheers to John Bear, who made a far more Australian version that contains sharks and kangaroos and a barbecue and snakes and everything. So yeah, it's not like that in real life. I was surprised.
Yeah, I like this version more, and especially huge kudos for John, who is listening for the community, because I was complaining for no spiders and kangaroos, and they are on the next picture, so that's good. Yeah, fingers crossed for the amazing UDAF festival, and we all see a lot of hype on social medias about it, so it's definitely going to be an amazing festival. Yeah, and in the topic of festivals, we have finally confirmed date for US festival, which will take place on October 11th and 12th. It's a better news for us because it's not so close to Polish festival, for example. But
I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy.
It's colliding with Code Cabin, unfortunately. But still, it's extremely hard to put any new festival on the schedule, on the yearly schedule, because there are a lot of them. And yeah, but that's good. The date is final, so we can all think of planning or attending this one in this year. And what else we had this week? We had the Valentines, and we had an amazing plan to share some love for the community. I think that we all deserve it, and especially I wanted to share a lot of positive vibes with all the package creators, all the contributors, and everyone else. And maybe for the next year we will send the Valentine's card for all of them to thank for the everything what they are doing. And I think that's a good way to start talking about the next topic, which is the packages releases from this week. And we have Dave. Dave, you've been visible in this area for a couple of weeks already. You've been doing a great work with Nexu package, right? And you've released a new version this week.
Yeah, I've released one, I think the week before, but there was a bug in it, so I released a new one this week. Should have tested it better. Because of some refactoring, I missed a bug which prevented users to actually delete content if they clicked OK. So that has been fixed, and planned next version. So 1.5 got some feature requests from community members, like have a switch to actually prevent deleting if content is used, so that you could say there's a switch in the web config file that you actually cannot delete anything if it's linked. I want to add support for stacked content because I think it's a nice package.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to create a property editor where you can view all the relations on a page, because now you only see it when you try to delete or when you try to unpublish something. So that would also be nice for content editors to see it immediately if something is used somewhere. And then there are some other feature requests, like for somebody is using content pickers on a media item, but yeah, and then of course you can delete that content because I do not track that at the moment. So I think I will do that as well. So when you use some content picker on your media item, that you also can prevent deleting that one. But that's all for release 1.5. I still have a big issue open with the list views in Umbraco. When there are some like bulk actions on there, like the bulk delete and bulk unpublish, that doesn't work with Nexu anymore. It actually fucks everything up. But I don't see a easy way to fix it, because it's a little bit how the list view is built in Umbraco core, and it changes in each version. So don't know if I ever will fix that. So I just had a mention about this issue, that you can disable those actions on your list view if you want to use list views. And then another package you guys mentioned already last week was the redirects viewer. So
yeah.
And I actually have something new coming up.
Yeah, maybe we know. We'll leave you some time to demo it. So we are all waiting for it. But speaking more about releases from the past week and not coming releases.
Okay.
I've seen some new package on the road, and I don't know if you guys had time to check them out. Because there were something new for me. I didn't know, for example, about the member login package, which enables us to log in as a front-end members to our solutions, and just, I don't know, fake the member session and just check how the system is looking from the member's perspective, even if we don't have all the details from the existing member. So that's something what was released in the version 1.1 this week. It's not on our yet, but it's here on the GitHub, and of course we'll link all the useful stuff here in the YouTube description. What else we had? We had a Discord workflow for Umbraco forms, so we can send information to Discord straight from the workflow. And the biggest one, which I saw, and something what is really new for me, is a uchronos. It's scheduling functions for Umbraco and based on the .NET Hangfire project. And it creates a whole UI to schedule stuff and do magic with it straight from the Umbraco back office. I wasn't playing with Hangfire at all. I don't know if you guys had any experience with it.
I know we used it for one project. I didn't build it. I think Jeroen built it, but we also used it for scheduled tasks.
Yeah, so that's good that we have also opportunity to steer it from the Umbraco back office, and it looks like a great integration, and yeah, definitely worth of us checking it out if we want to be, if we will be in the position of building something with scheduled task based on the Hangfire project. So that's all from the past week. And Dave, that's right now it's your time. Tell us more about your current work, about your plans for the nearest future, and about your contributions and community involvement.
Like I said, I already planned the next release for Nexu. I also have done some contributions to the core. Isn't merged in yet. It's planned for version 7.9. It's actually redoing the entire dictionary section in the settings tree to Angular because it was still using web forms. So it was a pretty big PR. Learned a lot of how the core works, so learned some new stuff. So, and I'm also working on a new package. Maybe I can show it to you guys now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, let me share my screen. So here we have Umbraco 7.8, so the latest version. And in here we have the new tour section where you can have like a guided tour to have your editors help your editors learn to work with the back office, or developers how to use document type, because I think the default one has how to create a document type, how to render a template and stuff like that. But maybe I can show you. The tours are all managed like in a big JSON file. So that's not really user-friendly or editor-friendly for me. So I try to make a UI for that, so that you actually can build tours to yourself in an easy way without editing JSON directly. So, and I already built a tour that shows you how to build a tour. So it's a little bit inception. So yeah, it says just go to the settings section, and then you have a tour tree there. So after you install the package, of course, and then you can say create a new tour file. So now I completed the tour. But just to show you, in this file I have all the my tour, creating a tour file, and then I can start adding extra tours or just edit one. And then you get, you can just fill in the fields, and then for example select for which section the user needs rights to run this tour, because if you don't have rights to the settings section, you will not see this tour. So you can determine what the users need for this tour to be active. Then you can add extra tour steps or edit the existing ones, but it's still a work in progress. So I'm still working on this one, and that's the plan, to finish it and have a UI for creating tours. So it's also a good thing for me. So now I'm actually started to learn how the tours actually work. So and that leads me to my session topic for the German festival. It will be about building tours and how to get the most out of it. So so it's really an easy way to add tours. So maybe I can just show it. Just adding a tour step. There's actually a validation already on it. So if you do not fill the required fields, you cannot do anything. So umbraCoffee, then it generates an alias. You have to give it a tour, and then it needs the settings, and then I can add a tour step, for example, intro step, blah 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 blah. It's an intro step, and save it, and then if I refresh, the tour steps should be here. You can see it. It's there. So it's an easy way for adding the tours. And I actually, just before we went live, I actually released a beta version, so people can already start playing with it and provide feedback. So it's still a work in progress. A lot of stuff doesn't work correctly yet. There are still some issues, but we will get there. So I hope this will be nice, and maybe one day it will be integrated in Umbraco core. So,
yeah, it looks really great, and even we mentioned it last week.
yes, I heard.
Saying that we were all looking for some spare time to build it. So that's great that you started working on it, and I think that's a really important message which we are right now sending, because if there is anyone who wanted to do something like it, you can guys join forces. We obviously will take a look on this and try to fetch our maybe work or time to help you with finishing it earlier or sooner, and same for all the rest contributors. It looks great. It's already looks like internal part of the Umbraco, so I'm pretty sure that it will help for a lot of people to create tours and to build the tours for packages, and not only for the clients and everyone else. Great work. Dave.
Okay,
Definitely.
thanks.
This looks really, really neat. It's like super well polished for something you say not been working on that long. And as Marcin said, it kind of feels like it's already part of Umbraco, something we shouldn't have to worry about. We were saying beforehand that ever since Neil's demoed tours at UK Fest, we've all been thinking, oh, someone really needs to build an editor or a UI for this, and I'm glad that someone already has, and so well as well. Someone could so easily have made a implementation that was just as bad as editing the JSON, but this is super editor friendly as well. So
yeah, and it
I'm
actually
looking forward
just
to giving this well.
I didn't build anything new. It's just using all the directives which are already part of Umbraco. So to get the UI looking like the info tab, because I think this one, like the box they call it, it's been added in Umbraco 7.8. I didn't know about this directive, but I was just looking at somewhere in the how they did it with for picking the sections. I think it's on the user section or something where it is, and I just reused that, and then I discovered all the boxes, and yeah, okay, we'll use that as well. So hope people help me finishing this package, and yeah, see how it goes.
Of course, we will share all the links here, and the link for the GitHub of this project too. Yeah, well, very well done, and I think that we will all take a look after the umbraCoffee. Thanks for revealing it during our meeting. That's great that you are working on it, and fingers crossed for finishing it really soon.
Okay.
And speaking of other things, which we will share, we saw that Sebastian from Umbraco HQ is looking for all the Umbraco related blogs in English, because I asked him today about it. My blog is in Polish, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have a blog in English, visit the link here, respond to Sebastian. Umbraco is looking for all the blogs with Umbraco content on it.
Yeah, I sent him a link, but he said I should blog more often, because my last post was actually from February 2009.
Okay, so maybe it's a kind of motivation from HQ side to let people blog often.
Yeah, but I did it on Blogspot then, and I actually lost my password, and I don't have the email address anymore that I signed up with. So I actually can't change anything anymore.
That's interesting. I need to blog in English. Maybe that will solve the issue for me. And
we need to find umbraCoffee featured into that feed somehow. I don't know if there's some kind of RSS feed or something for the videos, but it'd be kind of cool to embed content that's not just like long form written blog posts.
I don't know if we will want to reveal too much, but we are still thinking about it, right? We're still thinking about how to export this data, those links, those informations for people who are not watching YouTube, maybe. So if you have any ideas, or you will be willing to, I don't know, subscribe to a mailing list, or to receive those informations in some other way, like RSS feed or something else, let us know here in the comment. We will be glad to hear your opinion about it. Yeah, in other events coming out on Umbraco World, there is a event organized by our friends from Carbon 6 Digital. Paul is organizing an event for agency account managers in London, so feel free to check it out as well if you are interested how to pitch Umbraco projects. And as usual, we will also list a link to great PRs from the past week on the GitHub to let you all check what people created during the past week and what's waiting for the for being considered from the HQ perspective into and merged maybe in the nearest future to the Umbraco itself. Do we have anything else to say? Callum, do you want to say something more from your side?
No, I don't think so. In the next week, keep an eye on everything that's happening at UDUF. Hopefully, there'll be some cool pull requests coming out of the hackathon on Thursday next week. Myself and Anthony from Cogworks will be there, and Adam as well. Actually, there's 3 cog workers going, so we'll be representing the UK at the hackathon, and hopefully some good stuff will come out of that. And also talks. I don't know if they're going to be filmed or streamed, but we'll make sure that they're well tweeted throughout the day. Keep an eye on some stuff. There's hopefully going to be some quite nice things coming out of that. So,
yeah. And Dave, what are your nearest future? I know we are seeing each other in Germany as well. Anything else coming out, Ellie? Before that? No.
Nope.
So, package talk.
Package. Yeah.
That's great.
I have some other package ideas lying around, and also some things I wanted to do in the core. But yeah, it's time. Time is an issue. too many ideas.
Yeah, that's true. We are all looking for some more time. So if anyone's selling something, let us know.
I have also the idea of integrating Nexu into the core. I know they are open for it. It was already discussed last year at Code Garden, but I think I need somebody from core to guide me, especially with V8 coming out with all the content variants, how we are going to handle this. Because now I just store all the information in the Umbraco relations.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a comment field in the database where you can put a comment. It's not visible in the UI anywhere, but that's where I store all the data about which property on which tab it's used. So it's not ideal. So if I want to do it in the core, maybe we can do it differently. So, but I have to find some time first to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all now. And thank you, Dave, for being with us and sharing so much interesting things. And yeah, keep up the good work. And we're all keeping fingers crossed for all of the things what we are doing and working on right now. And thank you all for watching us. Let us know about everything, what you are thinking about our episodes. If you want to see someone special on the episodes, let us all know here on YouTube or anywhere else. And yeah, have a great rest of the day. Callum, I know that you have a night coming there.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah, so if someone has an afternoon, so have a good afternoon, have a good night, Callum, and enjoy the rest of the weekend, guys. I'm going to the mountains to finally use some snowboard this year, and yeah, cool. Thanks,
Excellent.
Dave, once again, and yeah.
Happy weekend. Cheers,
week.
Dave.
Happy weekend.
Okay, bye.